Hello, coin collectors and history lovers. Welcome back to my channel Pocket Change Coins. First, we're diving into an incredible coin that celebrates the beauty and history of one of the most picturesque states in the US, Montana. Known for its majestic mountains, vast prairies, and rich cultural heritage, Montana is represented in the US State Quarter Series with a stunning coin issued in 2007. But this coin isn't just a beautiful tribute to the state, it could be worth far more than you might think. Stick with us to find out just how much this quarter could be worth. The Montana State Quarter was released as part of the 50 State Quarters program, a series of coins that was issued from 1999 to 2008, commemorating each of the 50 states. What makes the Montana Quarter stand out is its unique design, which captures the essence of the state's natural beauty and its historical significance. The coin features an image of the famous Big Sky Country, with the majestic Rocky Mountains in the background and a bison standing proudly in the foreground. This design perfectly encapsulates Montana's rugged wilderness and rich wildlife. Now, let's take a closer look at the history behind Montana's entry into the Union. Montana became the 41st state of the United States on November 8, 1889. The state is known for its abundance of wildlife, including bison, which were once abundant in the area before being nearly driven to extinction. The bison, featured on the reverse side of the Montana Quarter, represents not only the state's wild heritage but also its spirit of resilience and perseverance. The bison stands as a symbol of the state's natural beauty, the strength of its people, and the historic connection to the land. The obverse side of the Montana Quarter features the standard design seen on all U.S. quarters, with George Washington's portrait and the inscription, United States of America, along with the word Liberty and the year of minting. But it's the reverse design, the one that features the bison and the mountainous landscape, that really sets this coin apart and gives it a sense of timelessness. Now, you might be wondering what makes this coin more than just a beautiful piece of currency. Why is this particular state quarter so sought after by collectors? Well, just like with any coin, the key to its value is in its rarity, condition, and the demand from collectors. While these quarters were minted in large quantities, coins that are in excellent, uncirculated condition are much rarer to find. The wear and tear of everyday transactions have likely diminished the condition of most of the coins in circulation. However, if you are lucky enough to own a Montana State Quarter that is pristine, with no signs of wear or damage, your coin could be worth much more than its face value. But what really pushes the value of this coin to an impressive level is its limited availability in perfect condition. Collectors are always on the lookout for quarters that have been well preserved over the years. Coins that are in exceptional condition, those that have been kept in mint state, are more desirable, and their value can soar due to their rarity. If you have a Montana Quarter in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, it could fetch a handsome price. In addition to well-preserved coins, there are also instances where the Montana Quarter may have unique features or errors that make it especially valuable. Minting errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or misprints, can make certain coins highly sought after by collectors. A coin with an error can be much more valuable than a regular, unblemished one. If you think you might have a coin with an error, it's worth getting it appraised by a professional numismatist, as the value could be significantly higher than what you would expect. So, how much can the 2007 Montana State Quarter be worth if you're fortunate enough to own one in pristine condition? Well, brace yourselves, because this coin can be worth $88,000. Yes, you heard that right, $88,000. That's a huge amount of money for a coin that you may have in your collection or that you might find in your spare change. It's incredible to think that something as small as a quarter could be worth such a large sum of money, but that's the beauty of coin collecting. You never know what hidden gems might be sitting in your collection. Of course, not every Montana State Quarter will be worth such a high amount. But coins in excellent condition or those with rare minting errors are always in demand. If you've kept a few of these quarters in a safe place over the years, now might be the perfect time to get them checked out by a professional. And if you find that you own one of these rare coins, who knows? You could be sitting on a fortune. To wrap up, the 2007 Montana State Quarter isn't just another piece of currency, it's a piece of history. From its stunning design to its connection with the state's rich heritage, this coin has captivated collectors for years. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone fascinated by the beauty of U.S. coins, the Montana quarter is definitely one worth considering. And who knows, it might just be worth a lot more than you ever imagined. Second rare coin, we're going to talk about a stunning coin that celebrates the unique history and culture of one of the most vibrant states in the U.S., Louisiana. This coin, part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program, was issued in 2002 and features the beautiful state of Louisiana. Not only is this quarter a tribute to the Pelican State, but it could also be worth far more than you ever imagined. Stay tuned to find out exactly how much this coin could be worth today. The Louisiana State Quarter was released as part of the 50-state quarters program, which was a highly anticipated series minted from 1999 to 2008. The program honored each of the 50 states with their own unique coin design, and Louisiana's quarter is one of the most iconic in the entire series. With its striking imagery, the Louisiana State Quarter represents the state's rich history, cultural heritage, and natural beauty. On the reverse side of the coin, we find a beautiful depiction of the state's famous brown pelican. This majestic bird has been the state bird of Louisiana since 1966, and it's a perfect representation of the state's wetlands and wildlife. The pelican gracefully spreads its wings over the water, symbolizing the freedom and spirit of Louisiana's people. You'll also notice the inclusion of a map of Louisiana, with the Mississippi River meandering across the state's landscape, emphasizing the importance of this river to the state's history and economy. What makes this coin even more remarkable is its connection to Louisiana's rich history. Louisiana became the 18th state to join the United States on April 30, 1812. Known for its unique blend of French, African, and Spanish cultures, Louisiana has long been a melting pot of traditions, music, food, and art. New Orleans, the state's largest city, is internationally renowned for its jazz music, Creole cuisine, and the famous Mardi Gras celebration. This cultural fusion makes Louisiana one of the most interesting and unique states in the country. As we look at the coin, it's clear that the imagery isn't just a random selection, it's a reflection of Louisiana's spirit. The pelican is not only the state bird, but it also has a historical significance. It symbolizes sacrifice, as the pelican was once believed to feed its young with its own blood, a perfect metaphor for the resilience and strength of the people of Louisiana. But what about the value of this coin? Many of us might look at it and think it's just another state quarter, but there's much more to it than meets the eye. Over the years, coin collecting has become a popular hobby, and certain coins, especially those that are rare or in excellent condition, can command impressive prices. The Louisiana State Quarter is no exception. Most of the Louisiana quarters that were released into circulation are still in circulation today, and many of them show the wear and tear of everyday use. However, coins that have been kept in mint condition or uncirculated condition are much rarer to find. If you happen to own a Louisiana quarter that's been carefully preserved, you might be holding a coin that's worth far more than its face value, but the value doesn't stop there. If you have a Louisiana quarter with a unique characteristic or error, such as a misprint or a minting flaw, it could be worth a small fortune. Error coins are highly sought after by collectors because they are one-of-a-kind pieces, and they can greatly increase the coin's value. These could include things like double dies, off-center strikes, or even design flaws that occurred during the minting process. These mistakes make the coin more rare and valuable. Now, you're probably wondering just how much a Louisiana State Quarter could be worth. If you're fortunate enough to own one of these coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if it has a minting error, it could be worth an impressive $115,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $115,000. That's right, this quarter, which might have just been sitting in your coin jar or collection, could be worth a life-changing amount of money. It's incredible to think that a coin that many people overlook could be worth so much. This is why coin collecting is so fascinating. There are hidden treasures waiting to be discovered in the most unexpected places. So, if you have a Louisiana State Quarter or any other state quarters in your collection, it might be time to take a closer look at their condition and check for any potential errors. You never know, you might just have a rare coin that could be worth a fortune. To sum it up, the Louisiana state quarter is more than just a beautiful piece of currency. It's a representation of the state's unique culture, its vibrant history, and its natural beauty. And for those lucky enough to own one in exceptional condition or with a rare error, it could be worth a remarkable $115,000. Third expensive coin, we're diving into something truly special, the New Jersey state $quarter coin, minted in 1999. This coin might seem like just another addition to your collection, but what if we told you that this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth a small fortune? That's right, folks, we're talking about a rare treasure from the United States Mint, and today, we'll explain why this coin might be hiding more value than you think. Let's take a step back and explore the history behind the New Jersey state quarter. This coin was released in 1999 as part of the 50 State Quarters program, a project that the U.S. Mint launched to honor the history and heritage of each state. The quarter was designed to celebrate New Jersey's rich legacy, and it features powerful imagery that represents the state's identity. On the reverse side of the New Jersey quarter, you'll find a depiction of George Washington crossing the Delaware River during the famous Battle of Trenton in 1776. This moment is one of the most iconic events in American history, symbolizing the spirit of resilience and victory that defined the early years of the United States. Above the image, you'll notice the words, "Crossing the Delaware," and below it, "New Jersey." It's a beautiful, historical tribute to the Garden State and its key role in America's fight for independence. Now, let's talk about what makes the New Jersey state quarter particularly interesting. While most of these coins were widely circulated and are still relatively easy to find in your pocket change, not all of them are created equal. Some of these coins were produced with small minting errors that make them significantly more valuable than the ones you might encounter in everyday transactions. There's one specific detail that collectors are always on the lookout for, the 1999 New Jersey state quarter with the P mint mark. This P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where the coin was produced. But here's the thing, the 1999 New Jersey state quarter from the Philadelphia Mint was not produced in the same quantities as many other state quarters. This, combined with a small but notable minting error, has made it an incredibly rare find for coin collectors. The error we're referring to is subtle but significant. It's a specific variety of the 1999 New Jersey state quarter where the design details on the reverse side are slightly misaligned. This is an imperfection that occurred during the minting process, and as with any error coin, collectors highly prize these pieces because of their uniqueness and rarity. The error variety is difficult to spot if you're not familiar with what you're looking for, but when you do find one, it can make a massive difference in the coin's value. So, what does this mean for the value of the 1999 New Jersey state quarter? Well, the good news for collectors is that this coin, particularly the error variety, is highly sought after. In most cases, a standard 1999 New Jersey state quarter is worth just a little more than its face value, maybe a few dollars if it's in uncirculated condition. However, when you start talking about the rare error coins, the price tag increases dramatically. Some of these rare 1999 New Jersey state quarters have been known to sell at auction for astronomical prices, especially those in pristine condition or with the minting error. It's not just about the rarity, it's about the historical significance of the design, the error, and the limited number of these coins that remain in circulation. These coins have become prized artifacts in the world of numismatics. Now, for the big reveal, the moment you've all been waiting for. If you happen to own one of these rare, error-filled 1999 New Jersey state quarters in excellent condition, you could be looking at a value that reaches an incredible $150,000. Yes, you read that right. One coin could be worth a whopping $150,000. It's hard to believe that such a small and seemingly ordinary coin could carry such a high price tag, but that's the beauty of rare collectibles. For those lucky enough to find this specific variety with the minting error, the potential value is truly life-changing. So, how can you tell if your 1999 New Jersey state quarter is one of these valuable error coins? Pay close attention to the details on the reverse side. Look for any misalignment in the design, especially around the image of George Washington and the surrounding text. If you notice anything unusual, it might be worth getting the coin professionally graded by a reputable numismatic service. A certified coin with a confirmed error could fetch much higher prices than one that hasn't been authenticated. In conclusion, the New Jersey State Quarter from 1999 may seem like a typical coin to most people, but for those in the know, it's a potential treasure waiting to be discovered. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey into the world of numismatics, keep an eye out for this rare variety. Who knows? You might just have a $150,000 coin hiding in your collection. Especially, we're turning our attention to a special piece of American history, the 2004 Wisconsin State Quarter, minted as part of the famous 50 State Quarters program. This coin, celebrating Wisconsin's admission to the Union in 1848, might look like just another quarter, but there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll learn just how much this seemingly ordinary quarter could be worth, and trust me, it's not what you think. Let's start by talking about the history and design of the 2004 Wisconsin State Quarter. As part of the 50 State Quarters program, the U.S. Mint released one quarter for each state, beginning in 1999. Each coin featured symbols that represented that state's unique history and culture. For Wisconsin, the design features an image of a cow and an ear of corn, two of the most iconic agricultural symbols of the state, reflecting its deep ties to farming and dairy production. The reverse side of the coin is rich with symbolism. We see a cow standing proudly in front of an ear of corn, which represents Wisconsin's agricultural heritage. The words Wisconsin 1848 surround the design, marking the year Wisconsin became the 30th state to join the Union. It's a fitting tribute to the state's role in American agriculture and history, but here's where things get interesting. While this quarter was widely circulated in 2004 and seems to be another standard state coin, there's an important detail that can make this coin extremely valuable to collectors. The key factor that sets this coin apart is a relatively rare minting error that occurred with some of these quarters. You see, while the majority of the Wisconsin state quarters were produced with the standard design, a small number of them featured a unique mistake that makes them highly sought after in the numismatic world. This error is found in the image of the cow, specifically in the way the cow's milk bucket is depicted. The error coin is known for the appearance of an additional, extra leaf on the corn stalk in the design. This tiny but significant flaw has made certain Wisconsin state quarters from 2004 incredibly rare and valuable. The reason why this error coin is so special is simple: errors like this are extremely hard to come by. Minting mistakes happen every so often, but the ones that survive in excellent condition are much rarer. And for collectors, this means that a coin with such a small yet noticeable flaw can be worth much more than its face value. In fact, error coins are often the most highly prized items in the coin collecting world because they're rare and unique. So, what does that mean for the value of the Wisconsin State Quarter with this minting error? You might think that since it's just a simple mistake, it wouldn't be worth much. But the truth is, these error coins can fetch extraordinary prices, especially when they're in great condition. If you happen to find one of these rare quarters, you could be looking at a significant payoff. To put it simply, a standard Wisconsin state quarter is worth only its face value of 25 cents, even in uncirculated condition. However, if you have the rare, extra leaf variety, especially if it's in mint condition or professionally graded, its value skyrockets. You can find these rare coins selling at auctions or through collectors for much higher prices than you might expect. And now for the big reveal: the price of a 2004 Wisconsin state quarter with the extra leaf minting error could be worth as much as $166,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single coin, just 25 cents in value when it was minted, could be worth a whopping $166,000. It's hard to believe that a simple coin like this could carry such a high value, but that's the beauty of rare and unique collectibles. For coin collectors, finding an error like this is the ultimate prize. If you think you might have one of these valuable coins, it's worth taking a closer look. The extra leaf error is not always easy to spot, so you'll need to carefully examine the design. Take a good look at the corn stalk, and check if you can spot an additional leaf just above the corn. The difference is small, but it's a game changer for the coin's worth. If you're lucky enough to have one of these rare error coins, getting it professionally graded by a reputable numismatic service is a smart move. A certified coin will hold much higher value and can make a huge difference when it comes to selling or auctioning the coin. In conclusion, while the 2004 Wisconsin State Quarter may appear to be just another coin from the 50 State Quarters program, it's so much more than that. The minting error involving the extra leaf makes this coin a prized possession for collectors, and its value can reach as high as $166,000. So, the next time you come across a 2004 Wisconsin State Quarter, take a moment to inspect it carefully. You could be holding a treasure worth a fortune. Next coin, we're exploring a truly special coin from the 50 State Quarters program, the Arizona State Quarter. Released in 2008 to commemorate Arizona's admission to the Union in 1912, this coin may seem like just another addition to the quarter collection, but trust me, there's more to it than meets the eye. So, stick with us as we uncover why the Arizona State Quarter could be worth a lot more than you ever imagined. Let's start by taking a look at the history behind this coin. Arizona became the 48th state to join the United States on February 14, 1912, and the U.S. Mint wanted to honor this milestone by featuring Arizona on one of the state quarters. The Arizona State Quarter was released as part of the final series of the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, and each state's coin features unique symbols representing the state's culture, heritage, and history. On the reverse side of the Arizona Quarter, we see an image that instantly evokes the natural beauty of the state. The coin depicts a breathtaking scene of the Grand Canyon, one of the most famous natural wonders of the world. You'll notice the iconic saguaro cactus, which is native to Arizona and is featured prominently in the design. Above the Grand Canyon, you'll find the words, Grand Canyon State, and below, the year of statehood, 1912. The design captures Arizona's vast landscapes, its stunning desert beauty, and its status as a hub of natural history. Now, you might be thinking, that's a beautiful design, but what makes this quarter special? Well, while the Arizona State Quarter was widely circulated and made in large numbers, there's something that sets it apart for collectors: the possibility of minting errors that can make this coin incredibly valuable. Coins, especially those from large minting programs like the 50 State Quarters program, are produced in huge quantities. Most of the time, these coins are mass-produced with little thought given to uniqueness or rarity. However, sometimes, errors happen during the minting process, and these mistakes can create coins that are far rarer and more valuable than standard examples. For the Arizona State Quarter, one particular error has become highly sought after by collectors. This error is found in the design details, particularly on some of the earlier minted coins. Some Arizona State Quarters were struck with an error that caused a misalignment in the design. In these error coins, you might notice slight distortions in the imagery, especially around the saguaro cactus or in the lettering. These small but noticeable flaws make the coin stand out, and because they're so rare, they're worth much more than your average circulated quarter. What makes error coins like this so valuable is that they're often one of a kind. While the majority of the Arizona State Quarters are perfectly minted and have no issues, the error coins are rare and can only be found by diligent collectors who know exactly what to look for. And when these error coins are found in uncirculated or mint condition, their value can skyrocket. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare error Arizona State Quarters, you could be holding a coin worth significantly more than its face value. In most cases, a standard 2008 Arizona State Quarter is worth just 25 cents, even if it's in pristine condition. However, the error variety is a whole different story, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these elusive coins. Now, you're probably wondering how much these rare error Arizona State Quarters can actually be worth. The price can vary depending on the specific type of error and the condition of the coin, but some of the most valuable examples have sold for significant amounts. If you manage to find a 2008 Arizona State Quarter with a notable minting error, especially one in excellent, uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a value of up to $70,000. Yes, that's right, $70,000 for a single quarter. It's amazing to think that such a small and seemingly ordinary coin could hold such a high price tag, but it's the rarity and the uniqueness of the minting error that drives its value. For coin collectors, finding an error like this is akin to striking gold. If you think you might have an Arizona State Quarter with a minting error, it's important to carefully inspect the coin. Look for any signs of misalignment in the design or imperfections in the image of the saguaro cactus or the Grand Canyon. If you find anything that seems unusual or doesn't match the standard version of the coin, you might have just discovered a rare treasure. To be sure, you can have the coin graded and authenticated by a professional numismatist, which will help confirm its value. In conclusion, while the Arizona State Quarter might seem like just another coin from the 50 State Quarters program, its rarity and the potential for minting errors make it a much more valuable find than you might expect. If you come across one of these error coins, especially in uncirculated condition, you could be holding a coin worth $70,000. So, keep an eye on your change, dig through your coin collection, and you might just find a hidden gem worth a small fortune. Last unique coin, we're shining the spotlight on a coin that represents both beauty and history, the 2004 Florida State Quarter. This quarter, minted to commemorate Florida's admission to the Union in 1845, may look like just another part of the 50 State Quarters program, but there's a lot more to it than you might think. By the end of this video, you'll learn just how much this coin could be worth, and trust me, the value might surprise you. Let's start by delving into the background of the Florida State Quarter. As part of the 50 State Quarters program, the U.S. Mint released one quarter for each state, showcasing that state's unique identity, culture, and historical significance. For Florida, the coin features an image that immediately evokes the state's natural beauty and vibrant history. On the reverse side of the 2004 Florida State Quarter, you'll find a design featuring a detailed image of a sleek, majestic orange tree with ripe fruit hanging from its branches. Florida is known for its citrus industry, and the orange tree is one of the state's most iconic symbols. Above the orange tree, the words "Florida" and "1845" are boldly displayed, marking both the state's name and the year it officially joined the Union. The design is a beautiful tribute to Florida's agricultural legacy, especially its famous citrus groves. At first glance, it may seem like the Florida State Quarter is just another beautiful, yet standard, coin produced as part of the series. However, as is the case with many coins from the 50 State Quarters program, there's more to this piece of currency than meets the eye. Like many coins produced in large quantities, the Florida State Quarter was subject to the occasional minting error, and it's these very errors that can make certain versions of the coin incredibly valuable to collectors. Now, let's talk about the potential for minting errors that could increase the value of the Florida State Quarter. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin-making process, perhaps a die shift, over-polishing, or even mistakes in the alignment of the designs. These errors are rare, and they make the coin stand out from their standard counterparts. When such a coin is found, it can significantly increase its value. One of the most sought-after errors in the Florida State Quarter series is the die crack error. A die crack occurs when there is a flaw in the die used to strike the coins. This crack can cause extra lines or markings to appear on the coin's surface. For the Florida State Quarter, these die cracks often appear around the rim or in the design, most notably in the area around the orange tree or along the edge of the coin. While die cracks are not uncommon, some of the more pronounced ones are rare and extremely valuable to collectors. Additionally, another error that collectors keep an eye out for is the double die variety. In this case, the coin's design appears to have been struck twice, causing the image to appear slightly blurred or doubled. This can occur due to a misalignment during the minting process, and it's one of the most prized errors in coin collecting. For the Florida State Quarter, a double die error can be particularly valuable, especially if the doubling is noticeable and clear in the design. So, what makes these error coins worth so much more than the standard 2004 Florida State Quarter? It all comes down to rarity and demand. Coins with minting errors are limited in number, which makes them extremely sought after by collectors. Even a small flaw can turn a quarter that would normally be worth just 25 cents into a rare and valuable piece of numismatic history. When these coins are in pristine, uncirculated condition, their value increases exponentially. Now, you're probably wondering, just how much can these error coins be worth? A regular, uncirculated 2004 Florida State Quarter might be worth only a few dollars, maybe a little more if it's in exceptional condition. However, for the rare error coins, particularly those with prominent die cracks or double die issues, the price tag can go up significantly. In fact, the value of a rare, well-preserved Florida state quarter with one of these errors can reach an astonishing price. So, if you happen to own a 2004 Florida state quarter with a die crack, double die, or another minting error in great condition, you could be holding a coin worth as much as $99,000. Yes, you heard that right, $99,000 for a single quarter. It may seem unbelievable that a coin so small could carry such a high price tag, but that's the beauty of coin collecting. The rarity of minting errors combined with the historical significance of the Florida state quarter makes it an incredibly valuable find for anyone who's fortunate enough to come across it. If you're out there searching through your collection or going through change, be sure to keep an eye out for any unusual markings, cracks, or doubling in the design. If you find something that seems off, take a closer look. It could be an error coin that's worth thousands of dollars. And if you find a truly rare version, getting the coin professionally graded by a numismatic expert will help you determine its true value and increase your chances of selling it for top dollar. In conclusion, the 2004 Florida state quarter may seem like just another coin from the 50 state quarters program, but for collectors, it's a potential treasure. The minting errors, particularly die cracks and double die varieties, make this coin far more valuable than its face value. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare error coins, you could be holding a piece of history worth $99,000. So, keep searching, keep collecting, and you might just find your own hidden gem. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this video interesting and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our future videos. Happy collecting, and good luck with your treasure hunt.